Today we are going to investigate what happens to the motion in objects. What can make an object to move? With me, I have the following materials. Here is a piece of wood. Here is a book which has heavy mass than my pencil. This is a pencil. I have a pen also here. I also have a razor blade. Here are the nails, and I have safety pins. I have also a ball, and here is a tin which can roll. I have also a magnet. I have magnet, and here is a slope. Okay. As I'm starting, I want to know by the end of it what causes motion in objects. For example, I will start with my book. I need this book to move forwards. What can I do to this book so that it can move forward? Okay, I can do something to the book. I can also need the book to move to the sides, sideways. If I need the book to move to this side, I can also do something to it. What can I do for it? So I may apply something on it. The other side also, I can do something to it. What if I need the book to move upwards? What can I do for it? What can I do? Let me try what I can do to the book. Since it's heavy, I have done something to it for me to lift it up. In order to return it to its position, I also have to do something on it that is good, because I've come to realize that I can make the book to move sideways, backwards and forwards. If I compare my book with the piece of wood, they have different mass. What if I held them up in a same height, then I release them? Will there anything which will happen? Let me try. The book is heavier than the piece of wood. But what if I release them in the same height, from the same height? What will happen? That's good. Is something happening? The book having the different mass with the piece of wood, they have landed at the same time. From the same height, when I release them, they are landing on my table at the same time. What will happen when I do the same with the book and the pen? Bearing in mind that my pen has not the same weight or mass with the book. Let me try to see whether what has happened before can also repeat itself. And from the same height, I do the same. Very good. I have noted that when I release the book and the pen from the same height, they have landed on my table at the same time. Very good. So I had to do something on it. What will, by the end of it, we'll know what has made the book and the pen to land at the same time. With me here, I have the magnet. I have also the razor blade. What will happen when I direct this magnet towards the razor blade? Let me see. Wow, what has happened? My magnet has attracted the razor blade towards it. It means the magnet has something to do with the razor blade. What will happen when I also direct my magnet towards the nails? Very good. If I also move it close to the others, I'm seeing something happening, and that is wonderful. Good. What is happening magnet such that it's attracting all these nails together and the razor blade. What if I direct it towards the safety pin? Will it behave it at the same way? Good. And if I uplift it, what is happening? By the end of it, I conclude that there's something which is happening, which is unique, happening between the magnet and the pins. Now, from my slope, I use my ball and put it on top of the slope and release the ball. Is there anything which will happen? Okay, let me start with the ball. I have my ball here. I have my slope. Then when I release it, what has happened? That is good. The ball is moving all through from the top of the slope downwards. What if I release this kind of tin? Will it have anything to do with the slope? Let me try. That is good. I may repeat it to see whether it will behave in the same way. That is wonderful. The tin is rolling down the slope. What then can I conclude from it? Now, when I started my experiment with my book, I had to make the book to move forwards, backwards, and sideways. What made this book to move sideways and forwards? In the first place, the book moved upwards when I had to lift it due to the lifting force. I applied a lifting force. That is the force which made the book to move upwards. When I wanted the book to move sideways, I also had to do something. I applied force to the book, which made it to move this side and the other side. That means I had to push the book in order to move to the sides I wanted. When I wanted to move the book to come next to me, I had to apply force of pushing it towards me. So from it all, I've come to realize one thing. We have force which we need to apply for something or an object to move. We can push an object, or we can lift the object, or we can also pull the object. My second experiment was when I held the book up with a piece of wood from the same height, and I released them. What happened? I came to conclude that the book with a piece of wood, they landed on my table at the same time. What does that mean? What can I conclude from it? Force which made the book and the piece of wood to land at the same time is called force of gravity. It's called force of the gravity, which makes most of the objects, for example, when one is playing and kicks the ball upwards, the ball will go up, but in a certain time it will come down. That means the force of gravity is attracting all the objects at the center of the earth. There's also something else I've done to the magnet. When I moved the magnet next to my pins, they were attracted towards the magnet, meaning that we have magnetic force which has made the pins to come next to the magnet and also the razor blade. The other thing I did, I released the ball up the slope and the ball rolled down up to the base of the slope. What does that mean? But when I also released this rolling tin, it also came down. What if I try to block it? When it's going down, I apply my hand, I have to apply force in between to block it to see what will happen to it. Let me try. That is wow. The ball or the piece, the plastic tin has not continued with its motion. That means I have applied force on the opposite direction to make sure that the object does not move. So moving objects can be stopped by applying a lot of force on the opposite direction. What are the applications of force? We have to apply force to the moving objects. When we want an object to move, we need to apply force on it. Force of gravity is also applied in our daily lives, simply because most of the items don't move unless force is applied on them. Therefore, we come to realize that our objects were moving, and a moving object is said to be in motion. But when an object is not moving, for example, this tin is not moving, with my tins are not moving, with my book is not moving, how do we state an object which is not moving? An object which is not in motion is said to be stationary. Up to next time, thank you.